Okay. Is it working? The first time it didn't work, so we're gonna see if it works this time. I have my earphones on this time. Well, for starters, I hope everyone is excited because school's starting. I am so afraid for school to start. But a little bit of what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna talk about college and school and story time because that's always fun to do. Oh, sorry, I got a text message from a coworker. So I'm gonna talk about high school first. High school, and because I'm a mukbang person, I have food with me. So, yeah. And I'm gonna make food later too. So life, you know how to start this off, kind of. We're gonna just, oh my gosh. This is so funny. I'm having some struggles here. Anyways, high school. I actually don't know how to start with high school because I think for me high school was such a kind of hard thing. And it was very frustrating because a lot of the times, like I think I transferred, so if you don't know, I transferred about 2 times. And that was a little bit stressful. When you transfer 3 times. I transferred from so I went to private school all through first grade to 8th grade, and then I switched to an online charter school, and then I went to high school public school. So I had that whole range of like things, and for me that was like kind of really hard, but it was a good experience that I had to be able to go through all of that. It was a little bit on the stressful side for me because I can't say that I didn't have issues in high school because everyone has issues in high school. But it's like not a hard thing. You just have to like know what you're getting yourself into. Freshman year was kind of an interesting year. It was my first 2 semesters, or my first semester of my freshman year, I was going to a online school, and that was really stressful because it was a very acceleration school, so it was very fast paced, and I couldn't handle it, so I was going to move to Utah and attend a school because I am dyslexic. But then there was another school, which was the current high school that I went to, and I thought it was really interesting because I honestly, I was so afraid of like going to a public school because I came from private school. So if you can only imagine someone who is from private school going to public school, it's terrifying. But I ended up going to the public school, and I absolutely loved it. Not saying that all 4 years of high school is going to be easy because it's not always easy. It's never easy. It's really hard. You have expectations from movies and from all these things, and you think that it's gonna be like a picture perfect movie with prom and with dances and stuff. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's not. And it's kind of sad because you have that expectation that you think it's going to be perfect, but it's not. Um, Freshman year was okay. I think I remember almost all my teachers. I had 7 periods. Did I have seven periods? My first period was Miss Kuna, which was my science. My second was Miss Byun, which was my drama. My third was Miss Tolentino, I think. Um, and then my fourth was Miss Akimi. My fifth was Miss. I forgot her name. Oh, anyways, no, no. And my last was Miss No, which was funny because her last name was literally Miss No. And I made a lot of friends. My my I made a lot of friends my freshman year, and also my sophomore year. sophomore year, um, I made friends. I made friends the whole year because I'm actually really not. I'm like a total nerd. Um, but yeah. Anyways, so tips on high school. If you were a freshman, um, freshman is if you're like a freshman in high school, it's definitely a little bit more difficult because you're kind of going into no. I can't do that. um, but you had this expectation of high school going into your freshman year, and 왜? 아니 근데 진짜 안 돼. 제가는 왕창 unflexible. 진짜 okay. So my little chat, they're telling me to do a flip. 근데 제가는 솔직히는 왕창 unflexible. I'm not flexible. I'm the least of flexible. I can do like this. I can't even do that. This is totally off of what I'm talking about. Anyways, 진짜 진짜 야, 헐, 그거 말도 안 돼. 너도 진짜. Anyways, oh, 저 말도 안 돼. Anyways, what was I talking about? 모르겠어. So, anyways, one of my favorite tips. That's what I was talking about high school. My favorite tip that I would have told my future self this is to go in high school without an expectation, because if you go in open-minded, then your expectations won't really be an expectation. It just would be there. 나 미치겠네. 나 미치겠네. 어떡하지? 너 몰라. Anyways, but yeah, my advice is just to like do your best. But go into like high school open-minded and college. Go to college open-minded too, because if you have an expectation, then your expectations may be ruined, and then you'll kind of just be like, oh, well, my expectation is this, but then you go in and you're like, oh, that wasn't my expectation. And so, yeah. 야, 잠깐만요. This is what happens when you're on a live stream and your brother and like and his girlfriend is on YouTube. Oh, thanks for the support, though. I love you too. But anyways, I feel like I should just go on Twitch right now. Hi. I feel like I should just switch to Twitch. This might be interesting. Anyways, college. I'm gonna just switch to college because college is 나도 사랑해. 짱. Oh, do you want to just switch to Twitch then, and we can just do a Twitch together? You want to do that? 사랑해요. You can't just say 사랑해요 and not answer. Yeah, 나페랑 나도 사랑해요. 짱. 아니 근데 진짜 it's been a long time since I got on Twitch. It has been a long time since I've been on Twitch. 어떡하지? I like how this was supposed to be for college advice and it's turning into I'm just gonna go on to Switch now. Bye guys. I don't remember because I made it a long time ago. I'd have to look up my account. Actually, let's do it right now. We're gonna look on my Switch account, guys. For those of you that are watching, that it's probably you probably expected to come in here talking college. Yes, college. College. If you're going into college, that's right. Thank you, young kid, for putting me back on track. College. So if you are going into college and it's your freshman year, don't be afraid. Take a deep breath. You're okay. Oh, I'm already in college. Yeah, I'm in college right now. But if I wasn't interested in a college, it would. That's a good question. What college would I be interested in? I have never really asked myself that question. I've never really asked myself what college. I guess if I was back in senior year, my senior year I really didn't pay attention to college. Like college wasn't really in my forte. It was kind of just it's there. But then my grandmother she passed away and the last thing she told me was to go to college because education is number one. And so I'm in college now. I love it. I've made wonderful friends and I've met really cool people. College is totally different than high school. You think that college is one thing, but it's like another thing. And college is just it's a whole new world that sometimes you don't even know. Like and that's what I said, like to go in college being open-minded. Yeah. I mean, because it's like college is just college, but I definitely do appreciate that now that I am in college because of the education and the people that I've met. I am probably so grateful for everyone that I've met in college and as well as high school. High school's I'm grateful for everyone I met. I like my two best friends are from my high school. And but college let's rewind. Let's fast forward. Just imagine that I have like kind of like just imagine that there's a special effects going on and that we're rewinding and that as I'm looking up you see this like magical like whimsical moment of me going back to the first day of college. So a week before my first day of college, I was terrified. Literally had no I really thought I had no reason to go to college. So my thoughts on college was kind of like college is college, whatever. But my first day of college I had it wasn't that long ago. and I don't remember. um, I I had a math class, I had a Korean class, I had an art class, and I had something else. Um, it is different than high school. Um, it's different in many ways, but college, I mean, depending on what college you go to and what high school you're from, like, I mean, there have been some instances where I've had like high school drama in college, and I'm thinking to myself, why I thought that I went away from this high school drama, but then it followed me to college, and you're like, to put it in simpler forms, college, even if you're in college, you still meet people who have a high school mentality. Yeah, college drama is the worst. But honestly, the way I handle it, like the way I handle drama, and if you know me really well, then you know like drama has been in my life a lot. And it's but the thing that I realize is that honestly, you can't avoid drama. Drama follows you everywhere. Work drama, family drama, school drama, TV drama. They're kind of just everywhere. Um, but it's really on the outcome of how you do it. Like if you if you if you are drawn into the drama, then of course you're going to get sucked in. But if you tell yourself, okay, this is drama and this is me. Do I have any speck at all of yeah. Anyways. But like yeah, just anyways. But anyways, back onto what I was saying. Um but it's really like on how you persuade it, on not persuade it, but how you perceive it. Um if you let it drag you in, then of course you're going to get sucked into the drama somehow or another. But if you just tell yourself, do I have any speck in this drama? If I don't, then I'm not going to drag myself in. Because once you drag yourself in, you're kind of just sucked into the drama. And then one way or another, something is going to try and not help you in a good way, but it's gonna make you be in the drama whether you like it or not. And it can either be really long drama or short drama. And honestly, if you're not honest with yourself, like I think for me, communication is the best. And if you don't have communication, then honestly, like, and I figured that communication is actually one of the hardest things in life is for us to communicate face to face because everyone's so focused on themselves and like everyone has hard feelings that no one really wants to communicate with another person. And not gonna lie, I was that type of person in high school. I was the worst person at communicating, like, and it hurt me in the end. I thought I had friends and it didn't go that way. And so yeah, communicating is hard. But um but now that I'm older, and I wouldn't say I'm wiser, but I would say I'm a little bit more wiser than before. That just like honestly, you it's communication is a skill that we all have that we don't all use, and I think that we all should. And that's what I learned recently. Like for me personally, I'm starting to more communicate with like professors and classmates and friends, because if you want to have a good relationship with someone, you have to have the communication, because if you don't have the communication, um Have you become more mm, have I become more comfortable? Um, I mean, communicating is not always a comfortable thing for me. I'm the type of person that if I was in your high school or if I was in your college class, you would see me basically in the back or in like the front, but like towards like the very like wall to the front. Um, and I'm still working on communication because communication is a stepping stone, and if you just need to, I think for communication, step one is to figure out what you want to talk to that person about. Two, figure out a way that's not awkward but still understandable, which leads to three. I was about to say four. This is three because it's my third finger. Um, it's to make it clear and precise, but still sweet and simple. So, in scenario wise, like say I am I have a project with a classmate and we haven't talked, but she's doing her own thing, I'm doing my own thing. If you aren't talking to each other, but you're in the same group, how do you know what part you're doing? Before, so this is me before, I'd be like, um, do you should I can I help you? Can I communicate with you? Um Oh, music. That's actually really good. I'm musically, is it musically inclined or is it musically English isn't my first language. So words don't do well with me. But um find I guess yeah, if music is a way for you to communicate with someone, then that's awesome. Like you do that. For me personally, I like writing letters. I love writing stories. Like I always want to be an author. So I wrote letters to people. Did I give it to them? No. Not all the time. But I did write letters because I found that for me that was easier for me to communicate with people. So if you're ever stressed out or if you're ever trying to figure out a way to talk to someone, you don't always have to talk to them, but writing a letter helps. Yeah. I like there's okay, well, I don't know where it is. But I have like my notebooks that I write kind of like this. So I like to draw too. So I'll write and I'll draw, like I'll draw a picture and then I'll write my feelings for it. And then with that, it really catch up, really. Anyways, but it definitely helps me because I'm I'm very shy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm a very shy person, which is probably why I do YouTube because I don't have to communicate unless if it's the chat, but I don't have to communicate with people. So I like to do like Twitch and YouTube Live and Instagram Live because it's not awkward for me because I can just talk to myself kind of while you guys are listening to me. um yeah, like I that's how I communicate and I still do when I'm frustrated and stuff. Yeah, everyone does get shy. um but yeah, like for me writing was my outlet and oh, 뭐지? 어떡하지? Sorry, something's going on. 뭐지? Oh, hold on one second. Sorry. My best friend really quick. Ah. Sorry, my friend is like messaging me. Oh, am I on? Oh, am I talking to her? Okay, Okay. Um. Mm, ooh. Group presentations. Okay, I'll talk about that in 1 second. Group presentations are really hard because they are probably the most scariest thing. But I'm gonna give you a little bit insight. A group presentation can also be a really good way because if you think about it, you only have a few slides. If you're doing a presentation by yourself, you've got maybe 15 to 20 slides you got to do by yourself. So when I'm getting ready to go into a presentation, I I listen to my favorite. So one, I listen to my favorite music while I'm reviewing what I have, and two, um, I and for two, I'm more calm. Honestly, I think for you, young kid, like if you like listening to music, I think listening to music and also um, like writing down your thoughts is really cool. Um, I picture everyone as like, yeah, oh, 30 minutes? Oh, my presentations aren't, well, some of my presentations aren't that long. Wow. So props to you. Um, but for me, so for those of you that don't know me very well, except for Gypsy and Coco, um, I'm Korean, and I will give you it is story time because this is gonna be really funny. And so in Korean class, we had to give a presentation about ourselves, and I was running late, and I was also really scared, and so I forgot what to say during one of my presentations. And so in Korean, I like panicked. And so I said, 제가는 왕청 아름다워. 아니요. 예뻐요. 아니요. 진짜 아름다워. Which is like, I'm beautiful. No, I'm pretty. No, I'm beautiful. And um and my whole class was like laughing at me because I said it so nonchalantly. I was like, 제가는 엄청 아름다워. And then I just said it so like nonchalant. There's a word that I'm trying to say, but it's somewhere in that brain of mine. But yeah, and then um, also during my presentation, I had a picture of my YouTube channel, and I was like, and you don't have to, but if you want to, feel free to follow my YouTube channel, right there. Right, professor. Oh, my professor probably still thinks of me as a weird person. Um, Korean. Oh, Korean. Well, you have one person doing a live and two people in the chat that can answer that for you. But Korean is honestly, I could talk about Korean for a long time. Oh, you took Japanese. I know like a little bit of Japanese. I did a study abroad there, but my Japanese is not good. Ooh, if Japanese is hard, um, I think Korean might be a little bit harder. I personally love Korean, so I can't say much if it's hard or not. I'm all biased to it. Um, yeah, what Coco said. Because Korean, you just. But yeah, if you know Japanese, Korean is easier to learn. Kind of like if you speak Spanish or if you speak French, Spanish is a little bit easier. Not all the time though, because in Spanish we roll our R's, and in French you don't really do that. So, yeah, camarada. Yeah, I am so sorry for my awkwardness. This is like, 모르겠어. 제발요. Um, um, but yeah, um, do you have any questions about like anything about like Korea or languages or high school or college? Um, college. I guess one tip for me, I mean, in high school or in college, is personally for me, I love character books like these. Like these are, oh, okay. These are like my favorite. Um, oh, I'm in a community college. For me personally, I I don't really like, I get anxiety, really bad anxiety. So for me, being in a huge college that's like a lecture hall of 400 people gives me anxiety. Personally, I love my college that I go to. It's dot 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 dot. Um, and I like it because the classes are small and the professors really care about you. And honestly, I don't know if you're still in high school or not, but definitely think about going to, I think community college for me is better. It definitely is. If I mean, like you said earlier, you're not really thinking of going to college, I think start off with community college, because community college is a really good way for you to start off, and it helps you to really it helps you to get that focus and to have that like, and you don't always, it's okay to not know what you want to be in college. I in high school, I wanted to be 101 things, especially when you're a kid, you want to be an astronaut, or you want to be, you want to be all these things. Um, but then when you get to college and you start taking those classes, you really start doubting yourself. I wanted to be an artist, and I recently quit art because I took a lot of art classes and I realized that's really hard and it's really expensive. There is a reason why people call us starving artists. And I've always had a dream of being an artist, like from, like, I don't know if you can see it, but that painting over, I'm pointing at a code right there, is one of my paintings that I absolutely loved. But I think one thing is, like, if you have a passion and if you're really, I'm not trying to say don't go for your dreams. Shoot for the stars and go for your dreams. You can do anything your heart is set on. But I think if you have the willpower and the determination, I think your dreams can come true. And you will not grow up to be a potato. Okay, wait. Okay, this is a side note, but what is, so many people, I don't know the internet world at all. I am like, I may seem like I'm young, but I'm like literally I don't even know what TTYL is, which is really sad. Because I'm like, I'm not that old, but I'm like, I think it's like talk to you later or something. Anyways, you will not grow up as oh, thank you. Um, um, sorry, I'm like really awkward. Yeah. But it's hard, I guess. I choose community college. Community college is best for me because I'm able to have the classes and my professors all really care about me. Not saying that I'm not that old. I'm not that old. Yeah, I'm not that old. I'm still in my youth, literally. Um, but um, yeah, I think not saying what I was saying before. Not saying that every teacher is going to care about you, but definitely community college, you have more of that ability to kind of do a lot of the classes you want, and your classes are really small. My classes last semester was probably like the the most that I ever had was probably like a high school number was like 34, 24 classes. But yeah, community college is a good way to start, unless if you, I mean, unless if you know you're hardcore. Like I know for me, this is going on stereotype side, but like my parents are well, my mom's not Asian, but my dad is, and so going into a really like mainstream college was like something that my dad wanted me to do. He wanted me to go to BYU, which is Brigham Young University, Provo, or Idaho, or Hawaii, any of the three. Um, but it was just really hard for me because I was never, I'm not gonna lie, I did not get good grades in high school. I probably disappointed my family. um, but then, you know what I realized is that everyone in life has their own path, their own. I like to say that we have our own hourglass. Um, and in our hourglasses, they either go slower than others, or they go faster than others, or they just stay the same. And so for me personally, my hourglass, it is kind of like it's not even an hourglass. It's more like a like a swiggly maze that I don't even know where it is, but I sometimes my hourglass goes fast, sometimes it goes slow. Um but I know for me, like I took time to be where I am, and that's all that really matters is that I have if you have the willpower and don't give up. If there's one thing that you have to take from this live stream, it's don't give up. Because once, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be really honest, I start school tomorrow, but several days ago or a week ago, I thought to myself, I'm gonna quit college. I don't wanna take college. It's too stressful. Classes are expensive, everything. And I started self doubting myself. But then I realized that without college, I don't have that I don't have that ability to learn and to reach for my dreams. Because I mean, not saying like you can and scholarships, that's one too. Scholarships. Do scholarships, they're really important. But it's just kind of a learning experience because you can reach your dreams depending on what your dreams are. If you want to be an astronaut, you've got to know about like astronomy, and you have to know math, and you have to know all of this other stuff. If you want to be an engineer, you have to know like math, and you have to know like what to do this and that and that and this. And if you want to be a singer, I mean, you can be a singer without going to college. But if you want to know and if you want to improve yourself, then you can go to classes and stuff. And honestly, college is probably the one thing. It's like you don't honestly, if you don't want to go to college, I'm going to advise you not to do that. Go to college. Even if you take one class, take a one class. Don't just take college out of your life. Maybe take one or two classes. Maybe take a few online classes. That's just about college, you know. You can take online classes, you can take physical classes, and it helps. It really helps. And I think for me, I was supposed to take 5 classes this semester, but I dropped 2 because that is just it's just stressful. It's like really stressful. Um, and so I think don't stress yourself out, but don't take college out of your life. I'm sorry if you can hear rain. Yeah, that's a lot of classes. Yeah, and I was about to have 3 jobs too. So don't do that. Just um, be yourself, And honestly, in college too, in high school, we all think in high school that oh yeah, ha. In high school, we all think that we're going to be something, and we are. But honestly, like you gotta put in perspective that like high school is not it's not the same as college. You have a few moments that you might go to college with the same people from high school. Maybe. Don't It's not always the same, but if you're honestly, there's a group for everyone in high school. I mean, not in high school, I'm sorry. In college. In college. In college, there's a group for everyone. Yeah. Come on, Ada. 하지마. But yeah, I just like for me, I didn't really get along in high school. In high school I got along with a lot of people. I don't know what's also up with the catch-up. It could be a meme, but I mean, I I'm in the internet world, but not so deep into the internet world that I don't understand memes. I still don't even know what a meme is. um, yeah, I am probably the worst. I'm always have my, but okay, sorry, I'm gonna go back to what I was trying to say. Um, for me, I'm doing my major is liberal arts. And also don't be ashamed about not finding your major. For me, the best advice that I could, yeah. Anyways, I think for me, the best advice that I could say is to go into liberal arts and have no shame. A lot of people might be like, "Oh, you're doing liberal arts. Why would you do that?" It is okay to do liberal arts because I think for me, it gives you an idea of doing different classes. Unless if you have your mindset set on a class, then you do that class. You do it, and if you want to be an engineer, be an engineer. If you want to be an astronaut, be an astronaut. If Oh, I dropped the other 2, so I'm only taking 3 classes this semester. Yeah, I only have 3 classes this semester. And then I'm working on Fridays and Saturdays. And then Sundays is family day, but I might take up another shift on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, I don't know, because I think I'm going to take on another job or 2. Um, what kind of classes do I have? So my first semester I said it earlier in the live stream, I had, and which is the hardest one. Oh, first semester, it was probably math. I'm really bad at math. Last semester, last semester, I didn't really have any hard classes. Yeah, the one that he was with, my Korean class. Gypsy was probably the hardest part of my experience in college. He's just but no. The hardest classes, I think I can never say that I had a hard class. but I can say that I had difficulties in all my classes, um, because now every class has a different vibe to it. Whether it's in high school or whether it's in college, you all have you. It's just a different vibe, really. You can have a easy class but a hard teacher. You can have an easy teacher but a hard class. You can have a fun class with hard things to do. It's just all really on the atmosphere of the class and who's in your class and who's teaching the class. Here is a tip for college. Depending on what college you want to go into, I suggest that you go on to Rate My Professor. Okay, I can't. I'll put it. In the chat. Rate My Professor is a really good thing. The only sad thing is they don't always have every professor. And so that's kind of a hard thing. But definitely do Rate My Professor because that will definitely help you. I put it in right there. It's gonna help you a lot. Figuring out what teachers you want. I've written a few for my professors, but I've never written negative ones. Yeah. So Rate My Professor. It's really good. It's definitely gonna help you a lot. Another tip is if the university that you're going into has a app or has like a campus app or something. Let's see here. Then that will help a lot because if you, for example, I don't know if you're a senior or sophomore or anything, but before you go to college, I would highly suggest you to download the university app of the university that you're going into and like look at the map, figure out how to use the app. That will definitely help you. Oh, okay. Well, then congratulations on graduating. um, but um, but yeah, definitely download the app to the university that you want to, whether it's Stanford or I don't know where you live, but any community college. Some might not have school apps, so the second best thing is to go into the website. That is also a really cool tip because it will help you. And I think getting yourself, before you go to college, getting yourself familiar with your school website, your school app, how to use it, and what to use it is definitely really cool. It helps a lot. I know for me, I wish that I had the school app. I downloaded it though just recently, and I was like, "Hey, where were you my freshman year of college?" But definitely download the app. Another tip for college. Let's see here. What I like to do for me, even if you're going into high school too, but for me personally, I like to email my professors. It helps me a lot for college to email them, and just to, you don't have to go in depth, but be like, and oh, here's another tip. When you're emailing a professor for the first time, it may seem very long, but in the subject, you want to put the time and the days that you have that professor, because that gives the professor an idea of who you are and what class you are, because sometimes a professor doesn't always have one class. They will have more than one class. And so you definitely want to make sure that you email them. For example, okay, actually, I'm not going to use that example because then they'll tell you, actually, whatever. For example, a email that I recently did to my professor. I just will cut off the professor's name. Yeah. So that's what the email. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Okay, there we go. So I just said nice to meet you, and I told the class. I told him what class I'm in, what time I have his class, and then the email goes to say, "Hi, my name is so and so. I am in your blank 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 class at this time. I'm really excited to be learning in your class. If you have any concerns, definitely put that in the email. And just write them a simple email because that's kind of helping the professor remember you. Also, on your first day, introduce yourself. That is a really good tip. Introduce yourself because that gives the impression to your, although unless if you're a troublemaker, then maybe don't. Maybe don't. But I hope you're not. But definitely introduce yourself and you'll be fine, you know. Also, if you have a really hard time taking notes in class, um, ask the professor if it's okay if you can record the class, not like record as in like video record, but like kind of like if there's a moment where you know that you're gonna get lost, ask the professor if you can like record, like voice record the class. I don't know if you can. Um, I have dyslexia, so I was given the privilege to, but like honestly, maybe not. Um, but yeah, what other things? Organization. I am really bad at organization skills. I am probably the number one worst person. If there was a war, if there, uh, I wouldn't ask a classmate. I would, if I would ask a professor because your professor is the one in charge of the class, and so it might be a little bit more you might get a straighter answer than asking a classmate and then your classmate says, "Oh yeah, you can." And then you're technically not supposed to. So but definitely another thing, ask classmates. Don't be afraid of talking to your classmates. If I was a classmate of yours, I would help you 100% because you know you just yeah try not to try if you have any questions that's like should I ask a classmate, ask a professor, unless if it's something about an assignment or if it's say you have an assignment or you don't remember if it was due, then ask a classmate. And don't be afraid of in class. I'm going to say this because everyone has a tendency of doing this, but if you are afraid of asking questions in class, don't be. Don't be afraid of being that annoying person that raises their hand every 5 seconds. It's okay to be that kind of person because um it's okay because you are showing the teacher that you're actively in class and that you're actively there. And so your professor is, you know, he or she is probably gonna be, oh, this student is really in my class and they're really focused in my class. And so that really helps. I know for me, I was that kind of person that was like always raising my hand and always like, yeah, yeah, sometimes it can get annoying. So what I do is I ask you a few questions, but I will write down my questions too. I'll write down my questions in my notebook. Yeah, no, not all the time, but sometimes. But what if you feel that way, you can write your questions down on a notebook and then email your professor after class or ask your teacher if they have a few moments to spare and just go over your questions with them. Tell them, "Oh, I wasn't sure if this was the class that like don't be afraid of doing that." So, if you have questions but you don't want to seem like that overly like woo person. Write down your questions on your notebook and email him or her or ask them. That will definitely help. Yeah, that's what I did. I was really scared that I was gonna be known as like that awkward like person that just is really annoying and that asks a lot of questions. So I wrote a lot of my questions down. Another tip. Ow, my hair curler. When you are taking notes, everyone says cardinal notes, and I think cardinal notes are amazing. Clap for cardinal notes. I am very, yeah, it's always an open book. Absolutely. But yeah, I think don't I say take notes how you feel like you take notes. Like for me, I think it was here earlier. I think you guys saw it. It was like a drawing. So for me, I draw like anime characters, and I'll kind of like put something right here, and I'll like it's either a question that I have to ask to my professor, or it's or it's like just like random like we talked about this. And so for me, drawing helps. Drawing helps a lot. And yeah. So, but honestly, it's really on how you take notes. How you take notes is key. So you can either draw, or you can either doodle, or you can, if English isn't your first language, maybe take a note in your language, and then translate it later or something. Yeah. What else? It's okay not to know your major. I guess. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. What else? Well, I don't know what else to talk about, so I'm going to end this live stream right now. You can go back to it. I'll probably do another live stream next Sunday after my first week is done. If you do have any advice, here's my Instagram, so you can always ask me. What is it? I forgot my own Instagram. Yeah. If you have any advice or anything, don't be afraid of asking me. I love giving advice to people. I think it's something that I wish someone gave to me. But yeah, if you have any advice or anything, totally DM me. I'm not always active, but I am active. But yeah, I will do a live stream next Saturday. No, I work on Saturdays. Next Sunday. It will probably be a cleaner live stream. I also have a Twitch. But yeah, I rarely go on my Twitch, but sometimes I might do things on my Twitch. Don't always count on it though. Mainly Instagram. Yeah. So anyways, I will end this live stream. Thank you so much for listening to my awkwardness. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time I do this or whatnot. Okay. Bye. Thank you again.